welcome to South Florida. A sizzler today. Really good news to be indoors for game one of this four-game series. I invite you to join us at Marlins Park. We always have some Nats fans, some Curly W's cheering the boys on down here. And they may need a little extra of that. It's been a strange day in Natstown. First of all, Steven Strasburg to the DL, Anthony Rendon paternity leave, and then Daniel Murphy just kind of sore after playing an entire series, scratched from the lineup that he was originally in. So things getting a little stranger.
Well, I mean, there's two ways you can go with this. You can sit there and go, this isn't our year, everything's not going our way. You could say, hey, let's do it the guys that are here and turn this thing around. You're facing a team you've won 14 of the last 15 against, so you can either feel sorry for yourself and saying this is typical for our year, or you can turn it around right now.
And here in Miami, you can create your own atmosphere based on how hard you want to work against the Marlins. So the pitching matchups, Tommy Milone replacing Strasburg tonight, Dan Straley, then it's Max and Pablo Lopez, Gio and Trevor Richards, and Sunday, the dependable Jeremy Hellickson against Jose Urena. And we start with Tommy Milone. Had an unbelievable debut with the Nats, 7 years ago. He's traveled some long roads, FP, and he's had some pretty decent success at the big league level.
Yeah, something on the bus today on the way to the ballpark. He was all smiles, glad to be back in the big leagues. I said, don't forget to swing at the first pitch tonight. Remember, Tommy Milone swung at the first pitch he saw as a big leaguer and hit a home run. The Marlins are a good fastball hitting team, and Tommy Milone has a good changeup. So it's a nice matchup for Tommy. I'm looking for big things from him here tonight.
Impressive numbers at Syracuse, trying to translate them now to the major league level. All right, let's talk about the win yesterday in Milwaukee. It turned out 7-3, but throughout the day it was total domination by the Nats on both sides of the ball.
Well, Bryce Harper, the big guy, showed up. 25th home run of the year, 59 RBIs. He had a couple rough first at-bats, and then Tanner Roark showed up big time. 8 shutout innings, struck out 11, walked 1. So, you know, they've had good games before. We've kind of noted some games where, like, hey, they're going to turn this thing around. It didn't happen. Yesterday's a great day to build on. We'll see what happens here today. But you see these two hugging it out after the game. Bryce maybe saying, hey, that's the Tanner Roark I remember. Keep that up and we'll be in the playoffs. Who knows what they said. But if they can build on yesterday's win, we just haven't seen them kind of compile win after win after win after they have a good one.
And very important tonight with Milone going to maybe bridge that game into the Max Scherzer game tomorrow. Hey, it's not too early to start beating the drum for a Rookie of the Year bona fide candidate, even though he hasn't been in the big leagues as long as some of the other guys. But Juan Soto's getting it done. He's now in double figures in homers. Another blast in Milwaukee. We're going to show you some of the top candidates, our guy included, straight ahead. get back to 500. Nats are 3-0 here this year. They've won 6 in a row in this yard, going back to last year, and 6 out of 7. Who's going to come into focus now as the Rookie of the Year? Will it be our guy, Brian Anderson, a lot of base hits in Miami here, FP. Jesse Winker for the resurgent Reds, and then Carlos Villanueva, who's a bona fide young slugger for the Padres.
All right, don't look at the hats. Just look at the numbers and tell me who the Rookie of the Year is right now.
I think it's a great call because Soto's only 56 games. Give him another 2 months, and he could make it a no-brainer by the time September's over if he continues doing what he's done.
Yeah, it's a half-brainer right now, but look at what happened in Milwaukee the other night. Jeremy Jeffress on the mound struck out Juan Soto. A big situation, right? Juan showed some emotion. Jeffress showed some emotion. They were staring each other down. It was the at-bat of the night in my mind. Did it faze the 19-year-old? Heck no. He comes back yesterday and hits home run number 11 in a 2-strike stance. Straightaway center field, a right center field, if you will. So didn't let a big at-bat phase him. Just comes back the next day and does what every 19-year-old does. Goes deep with 2 strikes.
Yeah, so when the Nats win, he's got a lot to do with it. Look at that. 8 of his 11 homers, 27 of his 32 RBIs. And when Juan doesn't get a bunch of hits, the Nats struggle a bit. They've pretty much become dependent on this young guy who's sitting 5th in the lineup tonight. Then there's that guy batting first. Over his last 11 games, Adam Eaton is hitting .390. Over 19 games, .352. So he's getting it done, making things happen. Life in the dugout, life at the top of the lineup, and he's got some pop as well. By PNC Bank. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. And by Visit Annapolis, create your moment at visitannapolis.org. Pretty steamy outside. Tommy Milone is back in the big leagues. Good for him. He has a career record of 45-36. More on him when he takes the mound. But right now, against Dan Straley, it's Mark Reynolds and company. Matt Reynolds has been called up for a roster spot as well. But Mark, last 17 ball games, hitting .417. And of course, he had that unbelievable game against the Marlins when they were in D.C. a couple of weeks ago. So there's the lineup tonight. Ryan Zimmerman at first, and Wilmer Depot replaces Daniel Murphy. Dan Straley on the year, 4-4, start number 16.
Last start on the 20th against Tampa Bay, 6-5 winner. Gave up 1 run on 4 hits over 7. Struck out 3 Rays, walked 3 Rays through 96 pitches in that one. Has a 2.42 ERA in July. That's 8th amongst National League starters, so he's pitching well. There's your Marlins defense tonight. Maben Sierra Anderson, the outfield. Rojas Castro up the middle. Prado Bohr at the corners. And JT Realmuto behind the plate. Play ball.
Here we go. Fastball a little low, underway right on time at 7:10. Adam Eaton career is 2 for 4 with a walk against Dan Straley. who's 0-1 career against the Nats. Kind of odd. He's made 6 starts for a couple of different ball clubs against the Nats over the years. Only has 1 decision with a 3.86 ERA. So Adams sitting at 320 with an on-base percentage of 401. Home plate umpire, the crew chief, 22-year veteran Angel Hernandez. Things even up as Adam was waving at a pitch elevated. Chris Siegel, Tim Timmons, Mike Michalczynski, the first, second, and third base umpires tonight. Adam Eaton, 400 career against Miami pitching. This one popped up left side. It'll be close. Ball trying to twist its way back, and it reaches a row or 2 deep. So the Nats, with their win yesterday, got their road record back over 500 at 27-26. Marlins at home are 24-29. They needed that one yesterday. Phillies at Cincinnati tonight. Braves entertaining the Dodgers. There's a quick look at the East. Don Mattingly's ball club. Playing hard lately. Trying to have a good final 2/3 of the season from their standpoint. They are 15 under. And they've caught the Mets trying to get out of the cellar. Adam Eaton with a good at bat. He runs down to first. A lot like he did yesterday when he led off the ball game with the base on balls, and the night before. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. League leaders, guys who've had the number of at bats. 2 of them Marlins, 1 of them a Nat in between. Castro and Anderson bat back to back for them. We'll see them quickly in the bottom of the first. For Adam Eaton, his 16th walk of the year. Trey coming off an 0-for-8 series in Milwaukee. This is a great ballpark for line drive hitters. A lot of doubles, a lot of triples out there. So he'd like to get something going early in this series. Batting average at .261. Yeah, last 4 times out, he's been good here.
Good acoustics here when Barrel hits baseball. I love it.
We get some big time sounds in this place. I don't know how much you folks pick up on it at home, but every ballpark has a different sound to it that we go to, and talk to audio guys around the league about it. They know their ballparks well, how to mix it for us. And that's a pretty good take by Trey. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, there's a speaker right there, and plastic seats have a tendency to reverberate, and there's lots of them here that are empty.
Somebody's working hard trying to sell some brew downstairs. We can hear him. The Marlins are publishing actual attendance figures. They're averaging 9,763 fans a game. 1-2. That one skips in. JT Real Muto goes backstop on it.
You just don't need to yell to sell a beer here. You could almost whisper it. Just be like, hey, I got a beer. Anybody want a beer? No need to yell.
Yeah. I think if you just say ice cold, cans will go up. .86 degrees, very muggy, cloudy outside. 78 in here. 2-2 pitch. Turner rips one left side for a base hit. Miguel Rojas tried to knock it down. So the Nats off to a great start, and the table is set for Bryce Harper.
Yeah, missed location right there by Straley. He wanted that away, kind of ran down the middle, and Trey on a very quick infield barrels up the baseball, and There goes the no-hitter, Trey Turner, with the first knock here tonight in Florida.
Ninth homer of the year on the first pitch of an at-bat. He did it yesterday after Wieters and Eaton had walked in the 5th inning at Milwaukee. Took a 3-0 game and doubled that lead with his 25th.
And we talked about it yesterday, in case you missed it. Bryce has kind of eliminated a step in his stance. The bat not on his shoulder anymore. Just kind of holding it straight up and down, keeping the hand still. Less movement, one less thing to go wrong. Maybe it keeps his head more still too.
Pretty good pitch by Straley, 0-2. Bryce's numbers against Miami surpassed only by those belonging to the guy in the on-deck circle as far as a nat goes. Harper and Zimmerman have hit tons against these guys over the years.
Good block. There's a Tater yesterday. Remember, he struck out his first 2 times up, and then a first pitch get me over curveball. It got it over the fence. Number 25 for Bryce, so 2 tough at-bats. Turned that thing right around with the Tater to number 25, home run, or RBIs number 57, 58, and 59.
Nationals hoping to add on to this, but this year the first inning has been the most difficult for Dan Straley. 12 first inning runs. 1-2, and he goes 89 up and away to get the strikeout.
We saw Real Muto standing up almost, and then he threw it up there.
So with 34 career homers and 105 RBIs against Miami, here's Ryan Zimmerman. Has one of those home runs against Straley. 1 for 3 career. .28 hits on the year, and thanks to what he did in Milwaukee, 12 of those have gone for extra bases. Nobody has tormented the fish like this guy. I remember at the old football stadium, hit his first career grand slam against the Marlins. That was some kind of year for young players in '06. Ryan, Dan Uggla, Hanley Ramirez, Josh Johnson, Josh Willingham. Hanley Ramirez beat out Ryan for Rookie of the Year that season. Look out, Hall of Famer Tim Raines. Yeah, Ryan had 3 hits the other night.
Impressive list.
Tim Wallach in the third base dugout.
Andre Dawson used to be around here.
Yes, he was.
He's in the ivy at Wrigley Field.
Still trying to get him out of there.
Once Derek Jeter got rid of him, he just went to move into the ivy at Wrigley.
I know it used to be cool. I have to admit, FP, we'd come down here. Hawk would be on the field. Tony Perez would be on the field. And the Marlins have cut some ties with some of the guys who were around here in the previous era. So it's 2-2 with 1 out. That's making Straley work. 21 on the pitch count already. There's Tim Wallach. What a great right-handed hitter he was, and an outstanding third baseman. Big gap left center. And this one high in the air on the infield. Starlin Castro. Infield fly, 2 outs.
Well, yesterday with 2 strikes, we showed you it once. Why not show it to you again? Spread them out, choke them up, hit it 4-11, I think it was, to center field. Onto the balcony, onto the terrace. And don't miss Matt Adams.
Soto, thus 11 homers, 32 RBIs. That's 32 RBIs in 56 big league games. Play at second. Out is Eaton. Miguel Rojas got in behind him, and Tim Timmons called him out.
So
Chip Hale to the phone.
Davey Martinez holding play. Chip Hale on the phone. It was close.
Yeah, you said it. That's why it's taken a while. Right now, Angel Hernandez wants things to be hurried up.
Baby, time's up.
Time's up, he said. To the bottom of the first we go. If that's glove on hand, he was out, but is it on the hand?
Very smart base runner, and with 2 outs, he knows that can't happen with Juan Soto hitting. And a lot of times as a major leaguer with a big crowd, you can't hear your third base coach yelling back, but in such a small crowd here, it's almost like you're playing in a college game in a sense that you could hear Bob Henley and Tim Bogart both yelling back right there at the same time.
Yeah, that was pretty well timed by Straley and Rojas. So here we go, bottom first, and Tommy Malone back in the big leagues. He throws a strike to Starlin Castro.
There's the arsenal for Tommy. Last start, get this, on the 18th against the Durham Bulls. 7 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts, no walks. He threw 88 pitches in that game. 69 of them were strikes. So pretty good last outing for Tommy Malone in AAA.
Dropped an 0 for 3 on Crash Davis in that game.
Went up against a tough Nuke LaLoosh, who walked 17.
All kinds of things when a guy's coming off an outing against the Durham Bulls.
Hit the mascot. A tough one for Ebby Calvin.
Starlin Castro, one of the big hit men in the league, and that one hits Malone and then deflects behind Defoe for Starlin Castro's 117th hit of the year, 4th most in the league.
I think it was a hit if it gets by him, too. I don't think Wilmer was getting to that. This infield's quick.
I agree. Yeah, that was headed up the middle. So Brian Anderson with 113 hits is behind him. And then Martin Prado hitting only 238, but 320 since he's come off the DL, and he always hits well against our ball club. 11 homers, 57 RBIs, and that 311 average. Here's Brian Anderson, a Rookie of the Year candidate, hitting 285. 8 homers, 49 runs batted in.
Yeah, the changeup will be Tommy's best friend tonight. The Marlins are a real good fastball hitting team.
Anderson, 25 years of age. Oklahoma kid who played at Matt Reynolds' alma mater, the University of Arkansas. Matt recalled by the Nats today. So 230 hits between Castro and Anderson at the top of this lineup, and you can add another one. 2 on, nobody out on 2 very hard hit balls.
Well, he's a ground ball pitcher. Now you just got to get one at somebody. And here come the Marlins again. Remember the last time the Nats faced the Marlins? I think they had 22 singles, was it? On the Sunday game?
That was insane. Yeah, after Reynolds put on a show, the Nats lost to the Marlins a Sunday game 10-2, 22 hits. They finally got a couple of doubles in the 9th inning. JT Realmuto takes one off the plate. He faces Malone for the first time. Tommy's 127th big league start. One of those against Miami. 3 appearances overall with a 1-0 record and a 4.50 ERA.
Last 4 minor league starts, he had a 1.50 ERA and a 1.55 batting average against, so he was dealing in Syracuse. He wants a ground ball right at somebody right now.
Keeping it down and getting a strike. 1-2. USC Trojan, Nats drafted him. And then, of course, one of the guys who went to Oakland when Gio became a Nat. And that one is perfectly placed out to left field by Realmuto. Castro scores. Anderson held at third. 3 consecutive hits, and it's 1-0 Miami.
Oh, look at the pitch again. It looked like a curveball that JT Realmuto just dug out. Perfectly placed down the left field line. So hit, 1-0 Marlins.
Justin Bour now, lefty-lefty matchup. Mark Reynolds, the shallowest of the infielders, on the left side.
There's the Nats defense tonight. Mark Reynolds gets his whole name in there because he's special. No, not because of Matt, because he's special. Matt doesn't have 10 RBIs in a game, does he?
No, and this is the team he did it against.
Right. That's why he put his whole name.
It's a good looking fastball. 0-2. Marlins coming into the game 7th in the league in batting average, but they've scored the fewest runs, hit the fewest homers, and stolen the fewest bases in the league. But they've got some guys who can hit at the top of this order. Martin Prado is on deck. Two and two. Justin Bohr to right center. Adam Eaton cruising to it. 2 runners will move up. 2-0.
A productive at bat for Justin Bohr. He got him over and got him in, so he's going to get lots of high fives in the Marlins dugout. And once again, the Nats are playing uphill baseball.
Nats had 2 on, nobody out, couldn't score. Runner got picked off, and now the Marlins, after doing that, have followed it with a double and a sac fly. So here's Prado. This will be his 15th game since coming off the DL. Hurt his hamstring earlier here this year against the Nats, and he gets a really good first pitch changeup.
Davey Martinez bringing his infield in here in the first inning, telling you, maybe how his offense is going right now. Doesn't want to give up that 3rd run. Real Muto can run at 3rd, so he's got the boys with their toes on the grass.
And we could hear Prado exhale with some noise as that one came close. 2-1.
Good pitch, little backdoor cutter. Tough guy to strike out.
Three and 2. Well, perfect example of your prior statement.
Emergency hack.
Yep. Yeah, you struck out 23 times this year, 9 walks. Puts the bat on the ball. It's shallow to right. Long way for Adam Eaton. He'll get there. Runner came halfway down the line. So Real Muto retreats. And an important second out.
But trouble written all over it. Nice play by Adam Eaton because Wilmer Defoe was playing infield in. So he had a long way to go for this. And I don't know if he was getting there. And Adam Eaton picked him up big time. Running well. Applies the brake softly, and JT Real Muto came halfway down the line. He knew he couldn't tag on this, but see how far Wilmer had to go? He wasn't getting there, so good play by Adam.
Cameron Maben hitting .250. He has the most at bats against Tommy Milone of any Marlin, 2 for 7, and make it 3 for 8, and this is a 3-0 first inning.
But you're hoping to get out of that with just 2. You got the short pop up to right, and then Maben on a high fastball, bell tie to be exact, goes right back up the middle, and a big 2-out knock for the Marlins to make this 3-0. Yeah, that pitch was up.
Number 7 hitter Miguel Rojas, the shortstop. Runner going, they got him picked off. Zimmerman's throw in time. Defoe slapping down the tag. And then we'll see if The Marlins want to have a look at this. Ryan got rid of it in a hurry.
Yeah, with something on it too. So everybody involved in the play is running off the field, which tells me that he's out. Tim Wallach will be on the horn. Don Mattingly is holding up play, and we'll see if Angel Hernandez cuts Don Mattingly off like he did Davey Martinez.
Yeah, he said, Davey, you're out of time.
All right, here we go.
We will play on. Top of the second ahead. Miami picks up 3.
At the top of the second, DC Lexus dealers donate $250 to the Children's National Health System for the first 200 home runs hit by the Nats this year. Lexus, experience amazing.
Juan Soto was at the plate when Adam Eaton was picked off second. Straley working with a lead, misses. Juan has faced him. 3 at bats, a walk, 0 for 2.
Ball flies from right center to the foul pole here. Maybe toward the Marlins bullpen. I guess toward the Clevelander too, but anything from the Clevelander to about right center where the bushes are is tough to hit it out of here.
Big ballpark that used to be a whole lot bigger. Soto hits it to the shortstop, Miguel Castro.
Is he off the base?
I was wondering, Justin Bohr really popped off the bag, and Chris Siegel gave it a long look before he raised the right fist.
He looked like he was off the bag to me, and then Juan Soto pointed at it, which made me think he was, and then it looked like he came off before he caught the ball. They're checking in the clubhouse, and I think he said no.
Mark Reynolds and Matt Wieters now, the next 2 Nats here in the second.
Yeah, and another reason why you bust it down the line.
Exactly.
If you're not hustling there and maybe he doesn't cheat to buy the call and pull his foot, which it was tough to tell in the replay whether he did or not. That's probably why we're playing on.
Fastball up. 1-1 to Mark. Another guy who's got good career numbers against Miami. 15 home runs, 49 RBIs, 296. Shift on the left side. And that is a screamer to left. On a hop to Cameron Maybin, and Mark Reynolds continues to wear out Miami pitching.
Well, we figure he's going to get some time with Anthony Rendon away for a minute. So a bullet to left, 101 miles an hour. So that 283 average going up for Mark Reynolds.
In that weekend series against Miami, he was 10 for 16 with 3 walks, 3 homers, and 12 RBIs. So it wasn't just that one game. He had the walk-off homer earlier in the series. So the Nats trailed 9-0 after the team meeting and came back to win it. Reynolds walked them off on the 6th of July and then went crazy on them in the Fox game on Saturday.
Yeah, that's not catch and release. That's pulling it into the boat, thumping it over the head, and then getting it mounted over your fireplace.
Guy can flat out hit. Matt Wieters needs to get things going from the left side of the plate. He's at 206 overall, lefty 197, but the numbers against Straley are pretty amazing. 2 homers, 4 RBIs, 6 for 8 in the career matchup.
Speaking of which, here's some Marlins. Our old friends, the Dolphins out there. That Bob called them the Dolphins, what, about 6 years ago?
Whatever your first year was. 7 years ago, and then you nicknamed them Pinocchio Dolphins. And they're going to get Matt Wieters on a 4.63.
He just got hurt again.
Matt was really taking it slow down the line. We'll have to take a look at that. I'm sure Paul Lassard, the Nats trainer, will during the break. And the Nats do not need anything else to happen at the beginning of this series. So they're gone in the top of the 2nd.
He busted down the line, and when I saw the speed of the ball and look where he was, it just didn't compute. So let's watch him again. Right about the 3/4 mark here, he feels something grab a little bit, and he starts getting real choppy with his steps. And if you've ever had a hamstring before, you're supposed to take short, choppy steps, but right around the bag, something got weird. He's still in the game, so that's good for the Nats.
Miguel Rojas was at the plate when Cameron Maybin was caught stealing, ending the bottom of the 1st. This guy's been hot for over a month. Rojas, 337 over 31 games, 258 overall. And down third base way, Mark Reynolds charging it well. First out.
All right, Nats fans, the annual Harris Teeter Food Drive is the weekend of August 4th and 5th. Nats take on the Reds in that series. Bring non-perishable food items to the center field gate. You benefit the Capital Area Food Bank. If you donate 4 more items, you can receive 2 tickets to a future Nats game, so visit nationals.com. That is a good one. Lots of Nats fans here tonight.
Magneris Sierra, their center fielder. He was one of 3 players the Marlins got when they traded Marcell Ozuna to St. Louis. So the Marlins got 3 players back for the outfielder who had a big year here last year, but he's in the middle of a huge power outage with his new ball club. Sierra, 22 years of age, from San Cristobal of the Dominican Republic.
He likes to swing.
Yeah, Tommy Malone sensing that, took total advantage of him there. Strikeout number 1, 2 outs in the second.
I mean, he was not going to let Matt Wieters catch a ball here. He was swinging from the time he got on deck. He had 30 at-bats last year for the Cardinals and had 11 singles. That was all of his hits.
Yeah, it was interesting. He opened his big league career with a 9-game hitting streak.
I'm going to say he had no walks in that streak based on that at-bat.
I'm not even going to bother to look it up. Dan Straley, 3 for 20 this year. 062 career batter. Trying to drop one into right, and he will.
But yeah, really place one well as a pitcher, a right-handed pitcher, to drop one into right field. That's not an easy thing to do. Usually right fielders are playing so shallow that that's a difficult process. Perfectly placed.
Top of the order. And Starlin Castro, who got their rally going first inning with a hot shot up the middle. Looked like it was going through. It deflected off Malone and then behind Wilmer Defoe into right center. And of course Castro, who's a veteran guy, not a kid, he's been around for quite a while. He's made 4 All-Star teams. He was one of the players they got back for the Giancarlo Stanton transaction December 9th. Hit 300 for the Yankees last year. But they had Gleyber Torres on the way, needed to clear room for their young star. Three and 0.
So important for a pitcher like Tommy to get ahead and then get to that changeup, or even get ahead with the changeup and throw off speed as much as possible in fastball counts. That's how we've seen him be successful in the past.
3-1, and that's ripped into left center. Straley will make the turn and head for third. Soto to second, and Castro's in there. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double.
In my opinion, Tommy Malone's not the kind of pitcher that can throw a 3-1 fastball. I mean, he's throwing 87, 88 miles an hour, and a changeup in the past has been his best pitch. In a situation like that as a hitter, if you're throwing 88, it's got to be located to a corner, it's got to be cutting in all over me, or it's got to be a changeup. but you can't throw a 3-1 fastball that's 88 down the middle. It's going to get hit at this level.
Anderson, a base hit to left his first time. Darwin Castro now has 118 hits. Nick Markakis leads the league with 123. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss on a pitch up. So a 0 on the board despite the 2 hits. It'll be Defoe, Malone, and Eaton straight ahead. And after 2, it's still Miami by 3.
Welcome back to Marlins Park. Immediately after yesterday's win over the Brewers, Adam Eaton sat with Trey Turner in the Nationals dugout with nearly every other Nationals player and coach having filed into the clubhouse, and had a conversation with the Nationals shortstop who's been going through a bit of a slump over the last couple weeks. I talked to Eaton earlier today and asked him if he feels like he's taken on more of a leadership role with this team lately. And he said, yeah, he feels that with the roster construction that the Nationals have, he thinks he can lend a hand to some of the younger, less experienced players on the team. Eaton says that's something he felt like he couldn't do as much last year when he was injured, saying you kind of have to be in the trenches battling with your teammates to have their respect and have guys listen to you. But he's healthier now and says he's willing to offer some advice or counsel when he feels that it's needed. And he says, guys, he's looking forward to doing more of that going forward. A conversation with Trey, guy who's played up here in the big leagues for a couple years, but going through a rough patch, and Eaton just trying to give him some advice, bring him along a little bit, and he wants to do more of that.
Well, I like it. I mean, he's a leader by example, and then once you do it with the way you go out there and go about your business every day, it holds more weight when you sit down and talk to a younger player.
Yeah, a guy who brings it every day. Thank you, Dan. Defoe, Malone, Eaton, top of the third.
He could have done it last year, too. It's just that when you're hurt, you don't feel like you're a part of it.
Yeah.
Even if you're around every day and you're getting your treatment and you're saying what's up to everybody, when you're not out there, you know, busting your tail for 3.5 hours every night, it's hard to sit down people and say, hey, this is how you need to do it. You don't have the confidence in yourself as a player because you're not participating to be able to do that.
And a pretty good rip by Wilmer, hitting 240. Left-handed, 259. He has a couple of career hits with an RBI against Dan Straley.
I always thought it held more weight too, Carp, if a player talked to me than a coach.
Yeah.
That's your peers. You want the respect of your teammates more than anything. And if somebody that's established sits you down and tells you something, if you're worth your salt as a player, you listen.
1-2 delivery. Slowed down his bat with the 85 and a fly ball to Sierra. First out, top of the third. Nationals moment in history. University of Maryland, University College, September of 11. He had been called up. First pitch, Tommy Malone ever saw. Bullpen. Bo Porter with some congrats. He hit it off of Dylan G. The Nats beat the Mets that night 8-7. Like Pudge gave him a little slap on the helmet there too.
It's a cool moment.
Tommy pitched 4 1/3 that night. Gave up 4 runs on 6 hits.
That was Harmon Killeber's jersey hanging up in the
It was. I remember that Harmon had just passed away. He was a great Washington Senator who moved with the team to Minnesota and then became a Hall of Famer there. One of the great gentlemen ever in this game. And Malone with a chopper. Justin Bohr hit Straley on the run. 2 outs.
All right, the Nats kick off a 10-game homestand. Thank goodness we're going to be home for a while. New York Mets, July 31st and August 1st at Nats Park. Come out and celebrate U.S. Marine Corps Day at the ballpark. That's on the 31st. Then take a long lunch break with a noon start time on the 1st. Visit nationals.com for tickets.
Adam Eaton had a good at bat first time. Coaxing a walk, as they say. Went to second on a base hit by Turner, and then with 2 outs with Soto batting, the Marlins pulled a daylight play with the shortstop. Rojas got in behind him for the pickoff.
Good take.
Yeah, ball hit about 3 feet out in front. Inside the numbers presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day. On base percentage, batting leadoff, Mookie Betts, of course, and Adam Eaton on the list. So he does have a 401 on base percentage, but some of that from batting in other spots in the order. So can he add to that with 2 quick outs and get it to Turner here? Double play ball saved Dan Straley a lot of pitches last inning. Nats don't want to have him get another quick one. And here's the at bat presented by Mercedes-Benz. He's going to pop up Eaton to short left. Cameron Maybin and the Nats go in order. 3-0 Miami with Real Muto coming up. big to get out on this mound tomorrow night. Against the Marlins, why not? He's 9-3 career against him. And a look ahead to the upcoming schedule brought to you by Sandy Spring Bank, where they help people and businesses reach their goals every day. Sandy Spring Bank, from here for 150 years. Gave you the pitching matchups earlier. Gio Saturday, Hellickson Sunday. And then the Mets are coming in. Yeah, talk about a guy who likes pitching against the Marlins. How about Gio? 10-3 with a 193 career against his hometown team. Here's JT Realmuto, bottom of the third. Started the night 10th in the league in hitting at 304. He's driven in his 50th run. Tommy Malone, 41 pitches, first 2 innings. 2-1. And to left, it'll play for Soto.
Tanner yesterday, brilliant, wasn't he? 106 pitches, 11 punchies, 8 shutout. So he shaved the beard, shaved his head, went pork chops and Fu Man, then grew his beard back, and it all came down to making an adjustment and attacking hitters with his fastball and using his lower half yesterday. He was brilliant. Got to feel good for him, and we were all rooting for him to have a good one, and it was a beauty.
That was a feel great afternoon for Tanner Roark and for his teammates who just pulled for him so hard, gave him some early offense, and then he took care of the rest. Justin Boers, sac fly, first time up.
Talked to his high school coach after the game yesterday. He was standing outside the Nats clubhouse. And I said, you won a couple of state championships with Tanner, didn't you, in high school? He said, yeah, Tanner was our best pitcher, but he also played shortstop, and he could rake back then. And yesterday he was the equivalent on the mound of raking. He was dealing. It's fun to watch. A hug from Bryce Harper at the end. And a message in Tanner's ear, and I'm sure it was nothing but positive from Bryce.
Yeah, I did see a short report after the game that Bryce, in essence, said, hey, that's you. This is the guy that we know. And well done, Bryce, and well done, Tanner. 0-1 to Prado. Fly ball to short right first time.
Trying to elevate. Oh, right into his beer on a ricochet.
Trying to get a strike away there. Three and two.
I think more and more fans are evolving and learning that plastic beer cups make good gloves. You used to not see that very often.
Feels better than the bare hand in most cases. And this one pulled to the left side. Mark Reynolds has done that hundreds of times, cutting the ball off. Now Trey Turner hoping to get things started like he did when the Nats were down big a few weeks ago.
It was July 5th, but there was tons of pyrotechnics in this game. Remember, the Marlins took a 9-0 lead, and that's when you started thinking they got a chance. I think that home run made it 9-3, and I'm pretty sure this one made it 10-9 and lit up the ballpark. Trey Turner was 3 for 5, scored 3 runs, and had 8 RBI in the big-time comeback 14-12 win against the Marlins on the 5th of July, not the 4th.
8 RBIs. And Straley trying to get one at the knees, missing. 4th inning underway. Straley 49 pitches, 30 strikes. Harper and Zimmerman after Trey here. All 2. This one well hit out to left center. Sierra watching it. See you later. A work of art by Trey Turner for his 13th.
He hit the pink ostriches. Oh, that was right on cue. He showed his big day against the Fishes on July 5th. This is not a highlight reel of July 5th. This is today, July 26th. And watch, it hits the pink flamingo, which I've been calling pink ostriches for years. Watch. Doink. Right on the tail feathers. Take that, Mr. Flamingo.
3-1 ball game. Here's Harper. And Bryce was betting first pitch fastball. He fouled it off. That is a monster shot in a yard like this.
That's a bomb.
RBI number 41 for Trey.
426, they're telling me. And he killed a bird.
Off speed, and Bryce trying to get to that thing hanging way up. Now, like a lot of teams do. 2 strikes against Bryce. They take their third baseman, put him on the right side. Prado's over there. Very close. 2-2. Nissan pitch cast.
Way outside, not even close.
Off speed again, and you can see Bryce really reaching to get to it, staying alive. First out here in the fourth. He has struck out Harper twice. And Dan Straley, his only 2 Ks of the night.
Yeah, both times with high fastballs. The first one was 89, that one was 91. So that's the game plan by the Marlins, to climb the ladder with Bryce with 2 strikes. We've seen him hit that pitch before, but just not catching up to it here tonight so far.
Ryan thought about it. Ball came up and in. 2-0.
The home run hit the Flamingo with 2 feet on the ground. The one to the left. The one to the right only has 1 foot on the ground. I think he's sleeping, but that might have woke him up.
This one hit toward the middle. Circling behind it, Rojas. Close. 2 down.
Good hustle. StatCast AI powered by AWS or something like that. Let's watch where it hits. Watch the one to the left, 2 feet on the ground. Yeah, right in the winged him. Yeah, yes, you winged him. Wounded Flamingo.
Here's Soto. That one running the outside edge. Straley made Juan take it the other way first time on a ground ball to short.
You know, and I'll stop after this.
No, you won't.
We make fun of that thing, but where else can you hit a home run off a bird? I mean, that was kind of cool. We crushed that.
Late innings at AT&T Park.
Oh yeah, true.
That one is hammered to right. See you later. Soto his 12th, and it's a 1-run game here in Miami.
Be shocked if he doesn't win Rookie of the Year. Shocked. That was a bullet, folks. Watch this. Fastball right down the middle, above the belt, and right when you're thinking Juan Soto's going to left with everything, he tricks you. Turn and burn, Juan. 110 miles an hour for home run number 12. Don't try to catch that. Are you crazy?
Swing and a miss by Mark Reynolds. The Nats have 122 home runs. Soto's 12th after Turner's 13th. 3-2 game, and Mark got all locked up on that one.
Somebody jump on first for one of these taters. Get some traffic out there and pop one out of here. But you're right back in it, and that's the best thing.
And Tommy Malone coming off his best inning. So a momentum change in the 4th inning of this one. Straley's now given up 15 home runs this year in 82 innings. So the long ball's been a problem for him.
Not recently, though. He hasn't given one up in 22 innings until tonight.
And it's odd because opponents only hitting .228 on him all year, but he'll give up home runs. 2 tonight, 2 in the inning. Tape measure shot. Trey Turner deep left center. And then this one, a laser to right. Middle of the fourth. 3-2 game. Nationals baseball brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals.
We put a GoPro on the head of a flying fish right there. True story.
Beautiful skyline. Looking west toward a beautiful sunset. Home run guys, young guys who can slug. Now it's up to Tommy Malone. Keep it this way for a while. He faces Cameron Mabin, Miguel Rojas, and Magneuris Sierra. The Marlins 6, 7, 8 hitters here in the fourth. Jammed him. Foul ball. 1-1.
Maybe Adam Eaton should sit and talk to more people on the bench after the game. Trey Turner with a single and a homer tonight after the chat that Dan was talking about.
Little choppy swing and a two-hopper to the charging Trey Turner. One out, bottom four. Here's Dan.
Bob, here's another chat that I just witnessed. After Tommy Malone posted a scoreless bottom of the third inning, Davey Martinez came up to him in the dugout, patted him on both shoulders, and was giving him really a lot of energy, saying, keep it right there, we got this, trying to pump up his starting pitcher, tell him that the Nats were going to come back in this game and win it if he could just hold the Marlins to 3 runs, and immediately got 2 to make it a much closer game.
Well, 5 in a row. Couple of strikeouts, a fly ball, the last 2 on ground balls. Miguel Rojas hit a ground ball to Mark Reynolds first time. Just wouldn't stay in Matt Wieder's mitt.
Tommy settling down a little bit. And you had to figure it's been a while since he's been in the big leagues, right? You work real hard in AAA, you're dealing down there, you come up here and you're pitching for a team that desperately needs a W. Probably a lot of pressure on him the first inning. Start to settle in and realize, hey, I've done this many times at this level. I've done it well.
6 games, 3 starts with the Brewers last year. 11 games, 5 starts with the Mets. Really his last full season in the big leagues. 2015 with Minnesota. when he went 9-5 and made 23 starts.
I mean, that's hard to have a winning record at the major league level, and he does.
0-2 with one out. And a ball hit well to left. Here comes Soto. 2 down.
All right, Anthony Rendon bobblehead. It's coming soon to a park near here, Nationals Park to be specific. It's presented by PNC Bank. First 25,000 fans on Friday, August 3rd. Reds in town. It's a 7:05 start. You get a Rendon bobble. It's got the blue Script Nationals jersey on the bobblehead, so that's cool. Get your tickets today at nationals.com.
Here's the lefty-lefty matchup with the very eager young hitter, Sierra.
He can fly, so you got to get rid of it.
That's why Reynolds is on the grass at third, and so is Zimmerman at first. Cavaliers on the charge. 0-2.
I wouldn't move too far back either, because he can do that Ichiro run-in swing deal. But I'm guessing he's swinging it. Just a hunch.
He's going to hit it to the right side, and it's off Ryan Zimmerman's glove.
I don't know if they would have had him if Ryan makes this play to the backhand. This was going to be tough for Tommy Malone to beat Sierra to first.
I think you nailed it. That's got to be a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit either way, I think, but just based on the speed of the runner, yeah, they scored it a hit.
Now Sierra's first hit as a Marlin in his second game. He's 1 for 6. Lefty pitcher looking right at the runner off the stretch here with Straley stepping in. Not a huge lead. Gave up a couple of 2-out hits in the second. Got the strikeout of Anderson. 5 in a row after that before the Sierra hit. Turned over the changeup outside.
Watching Magnaris at first. He is not getting a read on Tommy Malone yet. I don't think he'd steal with Straley hitting anyhow.
One and two. Swing and a miss. 3 consecutive zeros on the board for Tommy. He'll bat after Wieters and Defoe.
Geico highlights go back to the 4th inning. The 12-year-old analyst loves where this thing hit the bird, and then it hit the bird. Where else can you say that? And where else can you see a 19-year-old hit a tater that's 110 miles an hour and 391 low feet, 23-degree launch angle? Unbelievable. 2 young talents on display here in South Florida. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Sunflower seeds, high fives, happy dugout. And you feel like this club's not even close to being done scoring runs yet. All right.
All right, get your concessions, get back in your seats. Nats are hitting.
Rally fry, let's see if it works.
Two and 0 to the number 7 hitter, Matt Wieters. That ball is rocked into right, and it's hooking, but run down by Brian Anderson.
Good swing. Nice play. Manage your dream team in franchise mode, plus get weekly stats and roster updates. RBI Baseball 18 is available right now. Learn more at rbigame.com. That's rated E for everyone.
Defoe showed bunt. Got Martin Prado on the move in from third. Ball stayed in the top of the zone.
Real Muto was charging the bunt before he caught the ball. Did you see that? He was up out of his squat and starting to run toward the bunt that he thought was going to be laid down, and then had to frame the pitch and got a strike out of it all at once. Watch this. How is that a strike? There's no way. And what if he wanted to bunt it? He would have bunted the back of JT's head. And then his head would have rolled down the third base line, and that would have been just tough to watch.
I think of the last time Angel Hernandez saw that pitch, it was about 10 feet from home plate. Defoe's going to pull one just foul. He's going to bring that one back, according to the home plate umpire, who punches out Defoe. Third strikeout for Straley.
Wilmer didn't like it. I don't think he thought it came back, did it? Looked good on pitch cast.
Tommy Malone pulled the ground ball to the right side first time up. Boer to the pitcher.
I think Tommy owned a bar in Boston when it's all done.
Change his name to Sam.
Yeah.
One. I would call it the first pitch tater bar.
Yeah.
Spelled a little differently than Sam's, but he gets a piece of it.
Call it ambush. Got a good swing.
Yeah, if you're wondering about Tommy's career batting numbers, all that time in the American League, he's 7 for 37, but does have 7 runs batted in. And Straley dropped one in the dirt to strike him out. So the Nats go 1-2-3. We are halfway through at Marlins Park in a 3-2 game. by our stage manager, Paul Newman. Join the Nats for Seniors Stroll the Bases. It's presented by Kaiser Permanente, Sunday the 5th. Nats Reds 135, and we'll take a stroll after the game. With the purchase of a special ticket, fans 60 and over, plus by request, grandchildren with special tickets can join Granddad and Grandma out there. A lot of fun. Tickets, info, nationals.com.
Hey, just for the record, I'm a team ball player, and I asked to read that one, so
Sure you.
that's not my fault.
Your
All right.
time will come.
Wait, they give me the beer preview and you the senior strolls. You enjoy a Miller Lite. Look forward to the whole true moment later in the ball game. And they absolutely nailed it. There's the two taters. Is that going to be your Miller moment, or is there a hero waiting in the first base dugout or on the field right now? There's the Piranhas.
And for those of you at home who wonder just what does a producer do, you just got a big time dose of it right there. Great leadership, unbelievable segues, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Starlin Castro, a single and a double.
And you got to get here during batting practice to see the feeding time for the Piranhas behind home plate. It's something to see. Definitely Instagram story worthy. It's awesome.
Center cut and a hot shot to Reynolds. Good swing by Castro and Mark right there for the first out, 5th inning.
Be ready, be ready, be ready. It's coming to me. Jump. Nice play. Put him anywhere. That guy can pick it.
Well, we've mentioned many times how he started as a shortstop. Third base, first base. Big bat. Here's Brian Anderson, who's 1 for 2. Go back to what we talked about during the second segment of our opening tonight. Updated Rookie of the Year candidates with the Marlins, Anderson, our Soto, Jesse Winker, Reds, and Christian Villanueva, the slugger for the Padres. A lot of time left. Tommy Malone goes upstairs to blow away Anderson. Strikeout number 5.
Yeah, fastball up with 2 strikes, been effective for Tommy. It's playing up from the 87, 88 you're seeing on the screen. Watch 3-pitch, see it climb the ladder, and that looked like it had way more juice than 87, didn't it?
Sure did. Real Muto 1 for 2 with a double. RBI number 50 back in the first inning. He's going to jack one deep to right center. Stays in the yard, short hopping the wall for another 2-bagger. Came in hitting .304 and he's 2 for 3. That's an opposite field home run in a lot of ballparks.
And thank goodness it stayed in here for the Nats and Tommy Malone. 23rd double of the year for Real Muto.
The .392 mark. It's about 20 feet to the right of where that ball hit. So Derek Lilliquist pacing a bit. Tommy Malone's been solid for 3 2/3 here, and he goes lefty-lefty with Justin Bour.
You know, I don't know if the Marlins have thought about it, but they're keeping Real Muto. At least that's a plan. He's the cornerstone of their organization. They want to build around him, and catcher's such an important position, but I wonder if they thought about making him a second baseman.
Like Craig Biggio
He reminds me of Biggio so much. You prolong his career, the guy can hit, he can run a little bit. He's going to get dinged up behind the plate because he's not very physical in stature. He's, I wouldn't say a little guy, but he's not big. And you wonder if Derek Jeter's thinking about, hey, I want this guy around for a long time. He's becoming an offensive presence, and do you put him at second base? tremendous athlete behind the plate. I mean, if you can catch like he catches, you can definitely learn how to play second base, I think.
And it prolonged Craig Biggio's career so long, FP, he made it to 3,000 hits.
Yeah, he would have never done that had he just caught. He's too little. He'd have got all banged up.
1 ball, 2 strikes. DeBoer. Pretty good looking breaking ball, and it just missed. Nissan pitch cast.
This is close, isn't it?
Three-two game, bottom of the 5th. And that will keep it that way. And then on top of that, the Nats have the top of the order due up in the 6th. So Tommy Milone getting it done after he scuffled in the first inning, but very good since. Twelve times they've greeted the rookie in that manner. Here's Adam Eaton, top of the 6th. Prado on the grass at 3rd, ball 1. Two and 0. Really doesn't pitch deep into games a lot. He's gone 6 innings, only 7 times this year. And for Don Mattingly, he's gone 7 innings, 3 times. Been pretty solid, as FP mentioned lately. He does walk a man there. He's kept the ball in the yard, and his July ERA coming in 2.42. 8th among National League starters, but he's walked Eaton twice. The runs have come from the big swings. Trey Turner, 426 feet left center, leading off the 4th. 2 outs later, Soto launched a rocket to right to make it a 3-2 game.
Yeah, I haven't seen Adam Eaton steal enough bases as a National yet to know how he does it, but recently he's trying to get a walking lead into it. And I don't know if that's because he's having trouble going from a dead stop with his lower half situation, but he's trying to get some momentum going into the steal. You kind of see him rocking back and forth, leaning. Straley pretty quick to the plate right there. Bubblegum reward.
Some do seeds, some do gum.
And don't do tobacco.
Exactly. Joe Garagiola smiling down on you right now from baseball heaven.
I talk about it all the time. I put a lot of bad things in my body, and the one thing I regret the most is dipping tobacco for 20-something years. Wish I'd have never started. But my tooth that's left feels great.
I heard they named toothpaste after you. 1-2 with nobody out. Well, Joe, that was his passion before we lost that great baseball man, and especially for young players. Horrible thing to start when you're in high school or college.
Don't do it. Trust me. I did it because I want to be like a big leaguer, and it was a big mistake.
Thank you for that. Trey 2 for 2 tonight. And on a front door pitch, got around early, got jammed a bit, and is going to have to replace the bat. Marlins have a right-handed heavy bullpen, and that's Brad Ziegler. He has 10 saves. Hard-throwing right-hander Kyle Bearclaw has 10 saves. You have one lefty, Adam Conley. Straley's at 88 pitches right now. Bohr playing off the bag and receives it a couple feet in front of Adam Eaton. And Trey committed early, and the ball dove away on him. Strikeout number 5 for Straley.
All right, well, yesterday Bryce struck out his first 2 times up, and then he hit a tater his third, so we'll see if he makes the adjustment off Dan Straley here, 3rd time through.
Two for 15 career against this pitcher. 2 RBIs, 3 walks.
Yeah, the fastball up has been the 3rd strike both times. Down early, up late.
.25 and 59, the power numbers.
Check out 3rd time through for Straley. This is based on 65 at-bats. 0.92 average. I'd love to tell you why, but I don't see him pitch enough.
I remember last year in the first half of the season, he was right up among the league leaders with the lowest opponent's batting average. And as I mentioned earlier, came in tonight at a very respectable 228. Good down and in, good take by Bryce.
Hey, looking fastball to hold up on the slider. It's good take now. What do? You don't want to put the tying run in scoring position by throwing that same pitch down. You'd think they'd try to locate a fastball away here. Oh, they're going slider again. They're doubling up. Yeah, I was talking to Frank Menachino, excuse me, Cart, before the game. And he was talking about committing to a process and committing to a game plan as a hitter and how that leads to good mechanics. And we talk about pitchers being fully committed to a pitch. if you're committed to middle away and you're looking out there consistently and you don't deviate, it leads to good mechanics where you're letting the ball get deep, you're driving it the other way. You can think it, but it's 100% commitment to the game plan every single pitch. And he was saying a lot of hitters get away from it in the course of an at-bat, where they'll go up there initially and they're thinking middle away, let the ball get deep, drive it. And that process alone, committing to it 100%, leads to perfect mechanics, where if the ball's in, you just kind of drop your hands and hit it to the pull side. But if you commit to seeing the fastball away, 100% of the time that your hands are in the right place, your head's in the right place, you're letting the ball get deep. But what happens a lot of times, you start to doubt yourself and the game plan in the middle of an at-bat or in the course of the game.
And if you're wondering, Eaton was not running on the first 3-2 pitch. He wasn't running there either. Bryce strikes out for the third time, 2 down here in the 6th. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
Yeah, just the fastball away, I believe. Oh, changeup. Excuse me. Check that.
Now it's up to Ryan Zimmerman to continue the inning. Pop up to the second baseman. Ground ball to short. Tommy Malone at 84 pitches. Justin Miller is throwing. It's bullpen coach Henry Blanco. Very high, straight back, and well over the screen.
Ryan's taking some good rips tonight. Just got under the 1 to second his first time up.
Well, and the pitcher's trying to get ahead. Some have made mistakes, and Ryan's made them pay with that 444 average. 1-run game, Marlins 3, Nationals 2, top of the 6th. Ryan Zimmerman to left, a 1-1 pitch, and it's off the top of the wall. Adam Eaton will come around and score. Zimmerman missing a homer by inches, ties the game at 3. RBI number 18 for Ryan, and another Zimmerman extra base hit.
First big dugout's fired up. And you could tell, even the foul ball he just popped up that got out of play, took a good swing on. He's been aggressive. He's been on time all night long. This time he catches one a little bit out in front. Might have been a changeup, so Straley sped up his bat. I thought it was out of here. I don't know how that thing stayed in the ballpark, and it was hard to tell. I don't know how you could tell off that pitch speed out there in left center. But either way, tie ball game. Go ahead, run in scoring position, and Juan Soto just walked.
Yeah, 393 feet. Soto has been walked. So it's up to Mark Reynolds with the lead run. And it looks like, despite a right-handed matchup, that Straley's done. Donnie Baseball wants the ball. 99 pitches, 60 strikes for Straley. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com.
3, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Ryan just told you how many outs there were. It's time for some Verizon Exmo, and we'll see the swing. Ryan getting extended on that changeup, it looked like, from Straley, and just missing a 4-3 Wego. Trust me, right off the patty on the top of the wall. 100% fiber optic network, 100% phenomenal. Visit getfiles.com.
Mark Reynolds and Brad Ziegler. Mark 2 for 9 career against the side-winding right-hander who is not capable of throwing a ball straight, it would seem, from this delivery.
If you're thinking right center here, if you're Mark Reynolds, you're thinking right.
A solo homer, 2 walks, parts of the career matchup numbers here. Mark 1 for 2 tonight with a base hit to left, the grounder up the middle. Castro on the left side of second base in the Miami shift. Three and 0.
And Ziegler with a 6.43 ERA career against the Nats. Green light. I say C.
No need to go biting on that one, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And a lefty coming in, the switch hitter Matt Wieters. 4th walk issued by Miami pitching tonight. Nats have made him pay for one here in the 6th when Adam Eaton's leadoff walk was followed by the Zimmerman double.
That hit a bullet to right his last time up.
It's deep into the alphabet, but Wieters against Ziegler. Matt 0 for 3, and he will take one at the knees. Good production in these situations by the veteran.
Need a big knock.
M as in Mark at first. He had him reaching, and that's a 2-hopper to Castro. The Nats will tie the game on Ryan Zimmerman's double. He now has 13 extra base hits in his 29 hits for the year.
For baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. So Steven Strasburg placed on the DL today. Tommy Malone called up in an emergency start, and I guarantee if you told Tommy he'd give up 3 over 5 innings before the game, he said, I'll take it. But if you told him he would give up 3 early and shut down the Marlins and strike out 6 of them and really settle into it, he would have said, I'll definitely take it. So 84 pitches, 58 for strikes, and Tommy Malone did a great job of settling in this ball game after giving up a field goal in the first.
Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube, for value and convenience. It's our Jiffy Lube pitching change. JiffyLubeDC.com. 31-year-old Justin Miller, appearance number 27
42 strikeouts, 11 walks. Opponents hitting .213 against Justin's fastball slider combo.
And a ball with some cutting action at 85 for a strike to Martin Prado. Prado 0 for 1 career against our veteran right-hander. Fastball inside, and Martin letting out some noise there.
Oh.
Miller was walking off the mound to take a little trip, but he didn't get the call. Nissan pitch cast.
Angel's been real good back there tonight. You know, everybody gets on Angel Hernandez when he has a bad one. He's been solid all night back there.
He always has had a reputation as a good ball strike umpire. 2-2. Way inside.
I just jinxed it, but hey, he's having a good night so far.
Sammy Solis. Up the middle, off Justin's body, and he'll make the play. Ryan Zimmerman moving into foul ground when he saw where the throw was going and got the bag along with it. And what's going on with Justin Miller?
You can't hurt Justin Miller. They're just going out there to check. Check the ball for a dent. Guy's tough. Watch the footwork by Ryan after Justin takes one off what looks like the calf ankle area. Stays with it nice. And then Ryan does a nice little sidestep right in front of Martin Prado. This could have got real ugly, folks, but watch Ryan. Dupe, touch the bag, going across, very athletic play. That was 97 miles an hour off the calf piece. He's going to throw a pitch here to see if he's bueno.
You know, and that play, FP, happening so quickly. No way to get up and find your target. He let it loose and got it close enough.
Yeah, he could have thrown a triple right there, but he threw it right on the money.
Strike call, outside edge.
He's good.
Walks away, tells the manager and the trainer, see ya. One out in the 6th. Cameron Maben is next. Marlins box score, 4 hits, 3 runs in the first inning. Castro has 2 more knocks tonight. Real Muto has a pair of doubles. Straley out of the game, but he was 1 for 2 while he was in there.
Real nice play by Justin, staying with that.
Maben 1 for 2 with an RBI single. 0 for 1 career against Miller. Marlins Park opened up in 2012. We come here now and wonder, how did we ever play outdoors with the weather and how hot and humid and sticky it was. Over 20 years at the football stadium. This place is fantastic from that standpoint. 2-0.
You and I did 1 year of games there. And I remember it's all you did for 9 innings was crush the ballpark. You hated that. I mean, you love every ballpark too, and you despise that place.
It was a football stadium. I like baseball parks.
I'm not saying you were wrong. I was just saying that's my memory of it.
Yeah. Had nothing to do with the The fact that you can hardly ever talk to players during batting practice because it was raining, and the inevitable during the game delays.
Hey, we hated it as players. It cut into our South Beach time big time.
2-1.
10 o'clock starts after rain delays.
I don't see that as a problem.
Well, you weren't a player.
They were still open when you got there, right?
Yeah.
That's my point. Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I thought you meant we should go home and go to bed.
You kidding?
They're just getting going.
I learned that lesson early in my career when Harry Callis and Jack Buck took me out one night in St. Louis. I was like, I'm never going to last in this business.
And here you are.
God rest their wonderful baseball souls. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And that ball is hit really well to left. Soto is at the edge of the track. 2 down. We're seeing some balls to left that aren't going as far as they appeared they were off the bat. So the Nats are shooting fish in a barrel lately. 14 of the last 15 against these guys. 6 out of 7 this year. The runs, the runners in scoring position, batting average, the pitching. It's all there for the Nats against these guys.
Have you ever gone fishing in a barrel? I have not.
No, that's no challenge at all. Pop up left side, racing in, Mark Reynolds, and he had to make a last instant reach to grab it. 1, 2, 3 for Miller. Here we go, top 7. Friday, Tim Bogart, brought to you by Dominion National, providing innovative, high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. We could call it Dominion Nationals. Good night to be indoors, not quite as warm as it is outside here in downtown Miami. Little Havana, actually, a little west of downtown. Good ball game. Tommy Milone, I mean, that thing could have gotten sideways on him real bad early, and he suddenly picks up 5 innings and pitches well.
Yeah, if you feel like he just settled in and said, hey, I've been there, done that before. This is the big leagues, haven't been here in a while. Start elevating that fastball. The Marlins hitters with 2 strikes, very effective. And then some taters by the young guys. Had a chance to take the lead, and now Wilmer Defoe and Michael A. Taylor are going to try to get things going right now.
We go top 7. It's a battle for the bullpens the rest of the way. Marlins' second reliever will be their only lefty, Adam Conley. Good splits as far as what righties and lefties are hitting against him. So Wilmer Defoe will turn around to the right side and try to lay down a bunt in front of Martin Prado.
Good idea. Cole Hamels is going to the Chicago Cubs. Confirmed.
Wow. How about the win they had today? 2 homers in the bottom of the 9th. Michael A. next to turn a 6-4 deficit to the D-backs into a walk-off 7-6 win. So the Cubs make it to 60 victories and they get Cole Hamels today. Wow.
Hamels is 3-1 with a 1.76 and 6 career starts at Wrigley Field. Maybe that had something to do with it.
Looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th, Kinsler. They'll have the bottom of their order up, 8, 9, and 1. Big rip by Wilmer Defoe. Career 3 for 7 with a home run against Adam Conley.
I feel like when Wilmer grows into his swing and starts to shorten up with 2 strikes and put it in play, that average will go up to about 280, 290. He's got a big swing for a little guy. And this didn't miss by much, did it?
Could have gone either way.
Maybe a makeup for the strike 3 last time.
Destroy the ballpark.
Fighting.
Foul balls crashing off different parts of Marlins Park. Key inning in the ball game now, the 7th in a tie affair.
Good take. Big pitch coming. Fighting. I don't remember a year in baseball, and I don't have any stats to back it up, where I've seen more 3-2 swings. I feel like everybody swings now 3-2 regardless.
Well, that one was so far outside, Wilmer just took it and heads down to first.
That's a great at-bat.
Very nice. Taylor with power and speed coming.
And buntability.
I like that word. It's got a lot of syllables, but
I think I just made it up.
Right, literally down the road from home. Michael A. born in Fort Lauderdale, went to Westminster Academy up there. Playing with Matt Dendecker. That one's going to go foul.
Good buntability. It's the ability to bunt. I just made up the word.
And I love the fact that when guys like Michael and others with very good speed are trying to move a runner, if they do it well enough, you might end up 2 on, nobody out. So you're not automatically giving up an out, as some would say you shouldn't anymore. So Prado creeping in at third on the throw over the other way.
That was a sacrifice. You see the difference? He squared around earlier there. Early turn. Placement is key. Got Wilmer on first. Doesn't have to be a great bunt. See what they do here. Marlins probably throw over to see if he's still bunting. Let's see. Ball boy's coming out. JT Real Muto messed up his mask. I don't think Michael A. Taylor showed. See, they threw over there to see if he moved his hands. Every coach was watching Taylor, not Defoe at first on the throw.
1-2 now as he unleashed a swing.
It's a good time to go if you're Wilmer and you got a read on Conley.
And if the Nats can score here in this inning, that really sets up the bullpen. So you're thinking Kinsler, Madsen, Herrera if things go well. Michael A. with a long fly ball to right. Anderson going back, and it's off the very top of that wall. Taylor has to stop because Wilmer Defoe was right in front of him.
He went back to tag up. You got to go halfway right there. He thought it was a routine fly ball to right. From where we're sitting, it was either a home run or off the wall. Wilmer went to tag up and only got to second base. And did they cross paths? That's what Don Madley wants to see right now. Did Michael A. go past Wilmer Defoe at first? So great at bat. Check that by Michael A. Taylor. Every time he comes into a game, he influences it positively. No, they're good. But that's one where you got to go halfway, and Wilmer would have either been standing on third or scored on that if he would have read it properly. And now you got first and second, nobody out.
Great swing by Taylor. Probably the longest single of his career. And now a lefty-lefty matchup with Adam Eaton. Corner infielders. Prado whistling and getting his teammates' attention, signaling the others.
I think you have to bunt here, don't you? He's up in the box, too.
Agreed. Adam Eaton does not have a sacrifice bunt this year. Of course, he hits at the top of the order a lot. So he's ahead. 2 on, nobody out.
So you got good speed out there. Hey, bunt it to Prado. Make him field it, and the two speedy guys walk into the next base. Just bunt it to Martin. Or hit it past him.
2-0.
Bob Henley taking a long look. Dave Martinez just gave him a sign. Henley relaying something to Eaton. Eaton checking it out, and here we go.
Eaton does swing away. So Wilmer Defoe back to tag. Sierra the catch. Wilmer heading for third. What a throw. But Wilmer beats it. Taylor stayed at first. Corner situation with 1 out.
They're getting closer.
Productive out.
Productive out. Good read by Wilmer. So bad read on the first one, good read on the second one. And a pretty good throw from Sierra, by the way. I didn't think this was going to be even near close, and it was. You're almost there, Wilmer.
Trey Turner is next. So let's check out Turner's numbers against Conley. Not as great as you might think, but
boy, tough decision for Mattingly right here.
He got Conley for the grand slam in DC.
He's got his middle infield back to turn 2, but can you turn 2? And don't forget, Dave Martinez loves to bunt in this situation to first base.
1-1.
All right, driver's seat, here we go. Get you a good one.
With Zimmerman in mind, Javi Guerra is up. Lefty Harper, of course, next. Three and one. Trey Turner, right field line. Ball's got a lot of carry to it. Another one off the wall. Defoe has scored. Taylor to third. Bob Henley sends him. And standing on third base after putting the Nats on top is Trey Turner. Using every inch of the ballpark, going the other way.
Great at bat, calm at bat. A lot of times Trey gets excited with runners in scoring position. He swings early in the count. This time he was very calm, very relaxed, got himself into an advantageous 3-1 count, and then drives one that just misses his second home run of the night. So Michael A. Taylor with a good read. Obviously Wilmer scored. The Nats up by 2, and guess what, folks? Trey Turner is a double shy of the cycle.
His last 2 swings against Adam Conley have produced 6 runs. So a 3 RBI night for Trey, up to 43.
He's going to get another at bat too.
Conley stays in to face Harper. So 1 out. Runner at third. The Nats lead by 2.
Quality at bat by Turner. That's how you do it. Infield in. Excuse me, Carl.
Nats are able to score in the 6th. Again, Tommy Malone off the hook. Justin Miller, the pitcher of record. Ball 1 to Bryce. Bryce is 4 for 10 with 4 walks and 4 RBIs against the lefty.
Good take. Get you a good one.
Way inside, and I had to hold my breath. That thing was close to Bryce's batting gloves.
Adam Conley's got a thing for the Nats. I mean, he pitches well against everybody else, but it seems like he really struggles against the Nationals. Looks like they're in his head, Carp.
Yeah, they told us how well he was going until he had that nightmare at Nationals Park, and that's a fair ball by Harper. Bryce is going to dig for second. It's a 6-3 game. And the Nats have dropped a 3 spot in Miami here in the 7th. Harper, RBI number 60.
A 3-0 green light, and he sneaks one past Justin Bohr. Didn't know if it was fair or foul. Then when he realized he had himself a double and an RBI, he busted it to second. He's got something on the bottom of his shoes. When he was running to second, they were like flashing. The underside of Bryce's cleats, at least from up here they were. They were shiny on the bottom and the lights were hitting him. Maybe we'll check it out on the other side.
So the Nats come up big. They knock Conley out again, and it's a nice big lead, Miami. the ball in play, piling up extra base hits. So Bryce's double, inning far from over. The Nats saw Junior Guerra in Milwaukee Tuesday. Here's Javi Guerra in Miami Thursday. And Ryan Zimmerman against him. 2 for 5 career with a homer, a walk, 2 RBIs. Base hit off the left field wall, a long double last time for Ryan. And that got the Nats back even in the 6th before all of this took place. JT Riddle will bat 9th and play short on the double switch.
You know, Bryce had a couple of tough at-bats early in Milwaukee yesterday, hit a home run, and had 3 tough ones here tonight. And stuck with it, had a double and an RBI. It's not easy to do when you're not getting the hits you're used to getting, you're striking out, to stay with it and to keep fighting later in the game. So give him credit for staying with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ryan saw a breaking ball away, tried to take it right field way.
Good take. Yeah, Guerra, fastball, slider, curve change, 4 pitches, fastball 94.
One-two pitch. .680 Washington, 380 Miami. And good to see the offense coming alive here in the middle of the game. And a high chopper. Ball behind Bryce, so he goes to third as Zimmerman's out. 2 down here in the 7th.
Talk about building an inning. I mean, just Wilmer stuck his nose in there, walked. Michael A. Taylor with 2 strikes, hit 1 off the wall. Adam Eaton advanced Defoe. Trey with a triple, Bryce with a double, and that's building an inning. Juan Soto intentionally walked. All right.
Again.
Let's see how many times a teenager has been intentionally walked twice in one game. Go to work in the truck, boys. That might be a first.
Yeah. I think my first guess was Griffey and maybe Bryce.
I don't,
back in 12. We'll see.
Twice, though? It was news when he got intentionally walked once, remember?
Yeah, you're right.
Because he's 19. He's been intentionally walked twice. I guarantee you that's some sort of record somewhere in some country, in some planet, something.
There's
that's
Mark Reynolds with 2 outs.
Record. Calling it.
Mark 1 for 1 against the right-hander. That was a crazy night at the yard, what Mark did to these guys. Healthy hack.
Getting some good rips in there. Smelling some burning lumber on the foul ball. He's hoping he gets one out over the middle.
And that one skips, gets away. Probably a good decision by Bryce to stay at third, but Soto on the wild pitch to second.
A good hustle by Real Muto to get this ball. Good take.
Yeah, Reynolds having a really good at bat now. Eighth net to bat in this seventh inning, Mark Reynolds. And he will go to first. Chris Siegel confirms no swing, and the bases are loaded for Matt Wieters.
Good at bat, line moving.
Yeah, Mark Reynolds on for the third time tonight with a single and 2 walks.
Looking for the knockout blow right here, right now. Got him on the ropes.
Matt Wieters walked in his only career appearance against Javi Guerra. Matt bounced out to end the sixth with the bases loaded. And a tapper to the right side for Starlin Castro. The Nats have scored 4 runs in the last 2 innings and a 3 spot here in the 7th. Telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
Where's that?
It's called South Beach, but it's east of here.
Never been there. Weird. It's time for Toyota Case for Kids. Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a $44 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by an Nats pitcher this season.
Bullpen set up, defense set up. First order of business, Brandon Kintzler. He'll face Sierra, Riddle, and Castro, 8, 9, and 1. So Michael A stays in to play center. Adam Eaton double switched out of the game, and Bryce Harper moves to right. Soto, Taylor, Harper. Magneuris, Sierra, strikeout and an infield hit tonight. Well, let's see if Brandon Kintzler can be as good as he helped Tanner Roark be yesterday.
It's good karma, at least.
Yeah.
It pays off.
Guys helping each other, as you mentioned, similar kind of pitchers, sinker ball guys. Well done. 1 and 2.
Sometimes when you help somebody out, it reminds you of things that you need to do. That maybe in the middle of a conversation, you're like, man.
Look at the run back out over the plate on that one. Kintzler freezing Sierra. First out, 7th inning.
He's got that back elbow up, really getting on top of it. And you talk about how mechanics can help somebody else, and you refresh your own memory about your own mechanics. I don't know if that's the case, but sometimes that's happened to players in the past, where you're telling somebody about their swing, and then all of a sudden you figure out something about your own swing.
First to bat for JT Riddle, who came in on a double switch in the top of the inning to play shortstop. 26-year-old infielder from Frankfort, Kentucky, and played for the Wildcats in Lexington.
Is that the capital of Kentucky?
It is. Puts a charge into a fly ball to center, but there are a lot of gravestones with fly balls written on them out there. So 2 outs in the 7th, and Dan, hopefully the pitching carries the rest of the night. What do you have?
Well, Bob, an update on the guy who was supposed to pitch for the Nationals today, Steven Strasburg, who, as you guys said earlier, just to reset for fans who might not have heard, Steven placed on the disabled list today with what the Nats are essentially now calling a pinched nerve in his neck. Strasburg told Davey Martinez yesterday that the neck was a bit of an issue for him. The Nationals have flown Strasburg out to Los Angeles to see a neurologist to get a further evaluation. They have no timetable as of yet, but Strasburg back on the DL just 1 start after he came off the disabled list with shoulder discomfort.
Yeah, big time blow. Tommy Malone got the spot start tonight, and probably another coming up on the homestand. Not to be forgotten, he put up 4 zeros on the board after the Marlins came out swinging with 3 runs on 4 hits in the first. Castro against Kintzler. They have met a number of times, 5 for 12. And Starling has taken him deep twice. Solo homers. 1 and 2. Got him with a pitch diving. Yeah, help somebody else and learn a little bit more about yourself. Well done by Kintzler. Masson, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at OCOcean.com. And by American Standard Heating and Air. Find your local independent American Standard Heating and Air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. Beautiful view from the Masson Chopper of downtown Miami tonight. Brilliant inning by Brandon Kinsley. A couple of Ks and a fly ball.
Goose egg.
That's all that matters. Javi Guerra against Defoe Taylor. And then the pitcher spot. Daniel Murphy's on the top step with a weapon and a helmet. Ready to roll. And that, of course, cues up Ryan Madsen for the bottom of the 8th. Go to Wilmer, who extended that at bat, leading off last inning to 10 pitches before drawing the walk that got things moving.
Did you say Lexington was the capital of Kentucky? Because my Twitter just blew up.
No.
I didn't think
you asked me if Frankfurt was. I said yes.
Okay.
He went to UK, which is in Lexington, Kentucky.
Well, there's about 30 people that need to clean the wax out of
30
their ears.
people need to listen a little bit closer. Or a little bit more closely before we hear about that one. I don't even have a lawn and I'm telling people to get off. You and I have had the Frankfurt discussion numerous times.
Many times.
Fastball up, and they just can't throw the ball by Wilmer right now.
He's fighting, he's battling. That's what he does. I like it.
And hits this one to left for Cameron Maben. First out, 8th inning.
All right, Saturday night, the Potomac Nationals celebrate the movie Grease with a free autograph signing meet and greet with Didi Khan. The Peanuts will wear special Grease jerseys, which will slip on and off very easily before and after the game. It's also to benefit the National Kidney Foundation. So go to the website, buy tickets, and go to the game.
Stays inside to Michael A. Taylor. That is Eliezer Hernandez.
Good rips. Don't forget, we got Cycle Watch going. Trey Turner a double shy, and he's going to hit either this inning or next inning. He has the last Nat cycle in Colorado. Don't forget about that either.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Frankfurt is the capital of Kentucky.
Don't remember, just listen.
Whew. Not getting cheated. I like it.
Hey, Michael likes to hack in South Florida.
Just missed a homer last time up. It was a single.
High chopper left side. Deep short Riddle had to get rid of it. And he plays it very well. 2 outs.
Nice play by the Marlins shortstop. When he fielded that deep in the hole, I'm thinking there's no way he's going to get Taylor. He got rid of it quick with something on it, and he was accurate. Watch the release, all in one motion. Boom, transfer over the top. He knew he had to hurry, and he did, and he was right on the money. Nice play. Derek Jeter's sitting in his suite saying, I would have jumped on that one.
Here's Murphy pinch hitting for the pitcher and right off the bench, dropping one down the left field line, digging hard for two. Safe.
What was he again?
Safe.
Murph off the bench.
That's in tribute to our buddy John Miller. He loves to do that.
Fastball away, slices it to left. So a 2-out double for Murph. It's a nice day, 1 for 1, double. Probably didn't want to test his wheels this much, but now Trey Turner has a chance for a double just like Murph and a cycle not just like Murph.
Yeah, once you get the triple, things get interesting. Don Mattingly on his way to the mound. So Javi Guerra is done, as Daniel Murphy just went 2 for 2 career against him. So deeper into the bullpen, Hernandez and Turner don't move.
I'd hold true moment. Trey Turner having a big night. Base hit his first time up. Then a far tater, 426, his second time up in the fourth. Killed a flamingo, but that's okay. It's not real. And then almost another homer right off the top of the wall and right for a triple. So single, homer, triple. Does he have a double left for the cycle right here, right now? This probably be his last time up. Remember last time in Colorado, he didn't realize he needed a triple. I wonder if he knows he needs a double here tonight.
6-3 Nats to the shortstop side and cut off by Prado to throw him out. Hey, whatever. A great, great night for Trey. And the Nats by 3, 6 outs to get. College, right? Friday night, your best pitchers on the mound. It's Max Scherzer, 13-5. He's won 3 in a row. They're hitting a .187 against him this year. And in 16 starts career against Miami, he's 9-3. And trying to get the Nats, maybe the first 2 of this series, if the bullpen takes care of tonight. Always a big time when Max is taking them out.
All right, Nats up by 3, bottom of the 8th. Davies boys playing real hard here tonight. We like what we've seen. Nats pass. You got to get it, then you can attend every Nats game whenever you want for just $65 a month. Look at who's coming to town in August. If you don't know, that's the Mets, the Reds, the Braves, the Marlins, the Phillies, and the Brewers. Nats Pass available exclusively through MLB Ballpark app, so download that today. And all you can eat baseball in the month of August.
Brian Anderson against Ryan Madsen. And an easy looking 95 powers in there. Anderson 0 for 1 career against our 8th inning setup guy. From 95 to 85. Strike 2. Up in the zone, strike 3 call. Wow.
A little fuel right here from Ryan. Little head snap at the end to finish that 97 for strike 3. Nice pitch. 1 out.
95, 85, 86, 97. JT Real Muto is 1 for 2 career against Ryan. 2 for 3 tonight. A double, a run, and an RBI.
Boy, really finishing, isn't he? Reaching out, throwing that fastball right through Matt Wieder's chest.
Had him reaching. This will be over the dugout, well out of play. That's right-hander Ben Meyer.
Close.
Oh, that was a good looking slider, huh? Two. Minor League Insights presented by PNC. Make today the day. Great sports name.
Yeah.
Sterling Sharp.
He catch.
So he's only 23. Dealing with high A Potomac, double A Harrisburg. 42 Ks, 13 walks. Well done, Sterling, looking sharp.
Brett Favre is his catcher.
3-2 with 1 out. And a chopper to the left side. Coming hard. Bare hand. Turner. And JT Real Muto was already at the bag. And I won't be surprised if they give him his third hit of the night right there.
Oh, that's it all the way. I mean, it's a desperation bare hand. Real Muto can run. Turner fielded it and threw it without a grip on the baseball. So that's, I mean, the only way that's error is if the ball goes into the well, then Real Muto gets to second. But that's a hit all the way. Good effort by Trey. Just will JT Real Muto run like this if he keeps catching for another 3 or 4 years? But he got down the line super quick right there, and Trey had no chance.
Here's Justin Bohr 0 for 2 with a sac fly. And he rips one. Zimmerman a piece of it to Defoe to Zimmerman. 3-4-3. Real Muto to second, and a big second out in the 8th.
Did a good job slowing it down. So a little flea flicker play here. Zimmerman to Defoe to Zimmerman. Get back to the bag, Ryan. Nicely done. He knew Milmer was there once he slowed it down. Milmer or Wilmer made a nice play.
Martin Prado with 2 outs. Prado career 7 for 12 against Ryan Madsen. We arrive at the 10 o'clock hour. First pitch at 7:10 tonight. Tommy Malone gave up 3 early runs, recovered. That's all he gave up in 5 innings. The offense took control in the 6th and the 7th after early homers by Turner and Soto. And the Nats sitting well here with 2 outs in the 8th, leading the Marlins by 3. By the way, the Phillies 8-4 late at Cincinnati, and the Braves are getting blasted at home 8-0 8th inning by the Dodgers. Prado 0 for 3 tonight.
Ooh, good try. Cut that one at 96.
Two. Wow. You don't see Martin Prado overmatched like that often at all. 2 Ks by Ryan Madsen. Turner, big night, single, homer, and a 2-run triple. Juan Soto has gone deep. So after Trey hit his 13th, 2 outs later, Juan his 12th, and Tommy Malone very respectable in his second Nats debut. Heard of your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. FP looking at the Ford drive of the game.
I watched Juan Soto swing all day. Put the tracer on it. That was a tracer, wasn't it? 110 miles an hour, low launch angle, 23 degrees. It knocked someone's, I don't know what that was, koozie out of their hand on the warning track.
Yeah.
How good is Juan Soto, ladies and gentlemen? My goodness.
A homer that brought debris. Here's Bryce Harper against Ben Meyer, the 6th Miami pitcher. They face each other for the first time. Meyer, 25 years of age, born in Minneapolis, and this will be his 8th appearance for the Marlins. Pardon me, his 9th appearance for the Marlins this year. Fifth inning damage yesterday, 7th inning damage tonight. Emphatic timeout call by Angel Hernandez.
It looked like he tried to sneak one in there on Bryce. He looked up, and Meyer was already in his delivery. And I think Angel granted Bryce timeout because he was surprised too.
3-1 pitch, and Bryce will take the leadoff walk here in the 9th, on for the 2nd time. His league leading 81st base on balls. And now Ryan Zimmerman against Ben Meyer for the first time.
Ooh, wow. He is letting the throttle out. I'm telling you what, he is taking some great hacks all night long.
RBI double off the left field wall, high off the wall, back in the 6th. That was huge. It got the Nats back even.
If all your moving parts aren't on time, you can't let the throttle out like that. The only time you can swing hard as you can and be under control is when your timing's right. His timing's right.
That one got in on him just a bit. Sierra, 1 out, top of the 9th. Nats closer Kelvin Herrera had to come in to get the final out in Milwaukee yesterday. 5 pitches, 3 strikes. But he did have to warm up in a hurry as Sammy Solis struggled in the 9th. He came in to put out the fire, didn't get a save, but unless the Nats score here, he's in line for number 16.
So we got the intentional walk information for you. Boys working hard, as they always do. 4th teenager and the 4th youngest player to be walked twice intentionally in a game. Robin Yount was the last one in 1975.
Robin Yount, yeah.
Ken Henderson, Rusty Staub, Robin Yount. Teenagers intentionally walked twice in the same game.
Huh.
Ken Henderson was with the Giants in 1965. That was at Chicago Cubs. Rusty Staub was with Houston in 1963. That was at Pittsburgh. And Robin Yount obviously with Milwaukee against the Yankees. I wonder how many of those guys were hitting 8th.
In front of pitchers, yeah, good question.
Because he got like legit intentionally walked twice tonight. No pitcher on deck. Yount was in the American League, so that doesn't count. There's no pitcher hitting behind him. But Houston and San Francisco, that's when the Astros were in the National League.
Yeah, we all associate Rusty with the Expos, but did start in Houston. 2-2, 1 out. Juan Soto now in the top 7 all-time in teenager home runs. And this one very close, and it's a high wall where Maben was stationed. So if he gets one more, he ties Mickey Mantle in that department.
Who?
Two. Soto reaches out and hits it with authority the other way. Harper racing and going around the bag. Throw into third, he's safe, and Soto follows him into second. Just when you think, what else can he do?
I mean, just taps it through the shift. Bryce Harper playing hard, Juan Soto playing hard. Bryce going first to third on the slowly hit ground ball. And Juan reading the throw on the backside, takes second base easily. So great base running, great piece of hitting. And Ken Henderson was hitting 8th for the Giants in 1965, so that one does not count.
Sorry, Ken. There's Mark Reynolds, and he will be on base for the 4th time.
He was a teenager hitting 8th. He was walked twice in front of the pitcher.
So Mark Reynolds has been walked 3 times in a row intentionally there. Matt Wieters, in an oddity, bats for the 3rd time in a row with the bases loaded. Fewer than 2 outs this time. .6-3 Nats on the verge of busting it wide open. 2-1. And that ball is rocked into the deep gap in right center. Harper home, Soto home. Here comes Reynolds. Play at the plate. Ball bounces. He got him here, says Angel Hernandez. But the Nats will add on 2 and lead 8-3 on a big hit by Matt Wieters.
Good for Matt. That was a feel-good knock. 3rd double of the season for Matt. He's had a chance to drive in a bunch tonight. Hit a couple ground balls to second. He said, I am not grounding out to second again. I'm getting under this one. He hits it in the gap. So just like that, the Nats up by 5. Those are huge add-on runs, folks.
Wilmer Defoe now. A run in the 6th, 3 in the 7th. 2 more here in the 9th.
Rusty Staub was hitting in front of Howie Goss. He was not hitting 8th. he counts. He was hitting 6, I believe. So that one's legit. And Robin Yount. And Juan Soto. So those are 3 pretty good names, right?
Very good. And now with this thing out of save range, Sean Kelly up, Herrera took a seat.
Yeah, we talked about at the outset of the broadcast tonight, and I said this could go 2 ways. You could say, hey, Strasburg's out, Anthony Rendon had to go home in an emergency. You know, Daniel Murphy scratched, and you could say, oh, it's just one of those years. And, you know, feel sorry for yourself. Or, we said, you come out here and you round up the guys you're with and go out and win a ball game. That's what they're about to do, it looks like.
Wonderful response by the entire ball club.
Yeah, I've been on teams that are under 500, and all of a sudden something like that happens, and everyone starts looking around the clubhouse and go, uh-oh, it's one of those years. And that didn't happen tonight.
Wilmer Difo takes the breaking ball and just flips it out of play. Love to see the veterans and the young guys hanging.
Keeps Kelvin from pitching 3 days in a row. That was a big knock.
And Difo will hit one well out to deep center. Beyond the reach of Sierra. Wieters can cruise home, and Wilmer heading for 3. RBI number 25 for Difo on his 5th triple of the year.
He was getting it, wasn't he? You forget sometimes how fast Wilmer Difo is. Let's watch Wilmer run. As soon as he saw this get past Sierra in center, he turned on the jets. I would say Trey's the fastest, Michael A. second, Wilmer third on this ball club.
You know, and this is a ballpark where if the outfielder makes one mistake, you're rounding the bases.
Yeah.
The gaps are so deep here. Really well hit. So Wilmer checks in, first base hit of the night. He had walked earlier. And there's Michael A., who came into pinch hit in the 7th. He's going to get an at-bat in each of the last 3 innings. 9-3 Nationals. Everybody just taking healthy hacks all night long. There's another run. Taylor 2 for 3. Difo cruising home. Michael A. cruising into second. And down the road from home. What a nice night for him after spending some time on the bench.
Nice at bat by Wilmer. Line move in here in the 9th, and Michael A. Taylor seems to affect the game even if he doesn't start in a positive way.
So here's another at bat in the pitcher's spot And this time it'll be Matt Adams. Well, that won't last very long, that pinch hit, AB, and Matt down to first base. Look at Trey Turner, another chance.
Oh. Everybody think double together.
If I had some double mint gum, I'd put it in right now. Breaking ball, a good one from Ben Meyer.
Somebody wasn't thinking it. This is the same seat situation. Think double.
And out to short. The short way riddled to Castro. The Nationals send 9 men to the plate in the 9th, and they tack on 4 more to lead 10-3. Frustrated in a couple of at-bats with the bases loaded, and then things go very well for Matt Wieters. So, Nats up big. Sean Kelly, who has been big for the bullpen lately, gets the call. Look at those splits. Righties, lefties, nobody doing much of anything against Sean lately. For the Marlins, it's Maben, Dietrich for the pitcher, and then Sierra here in the 9th. Pumping strikes. Here's Derek Dietrich. Didn't get the start tonight against the lefty Malone. And Juan Soto just can't get there. Base hit by Maben, his 2nd of the night. He got jammed on the first one and fouled it. We'll just tell you one thing. Max tomorrow.
I'm in. I'll be here.
Zimmerman, yes, double play. 3 unassisted on the line drive as Maben couldn't stay home.
Nice play. Double play. And I think da means yes in some language, so I'm with you. Russian?
It is Russian. I
You went Russian.
didn't want to go there,
That's
but
all right.
hey, I'll say da anytime it's 10-3 with 1 out to get.
You just said yes, and I was with you. Look at the Nats fans behind the dugout going nuts right now. I like it. They're into it.
Wow, that came to a quick end at 10:24 Eastern. The Nats come up huge. Some Natalie-attired fans here in Miami love it. Davey Martinez ball club back to the 500 mark. And a very decisive ending to a 10-3 win. That was FP. We heard from Dan earlier, and you're done with me. I'm Bob. The Nats win it by 7. Tomorrow night, coverage begins at 6:30 when it's Max against Pablo Lopez, the rookie in the Marlins. From Marlins Park, this has been a presentation of Masson with all the offense and good pitching you could want. Johnny and Ray straight ahead. Nets extra post game, and from Miami, see you later.